What if ERLC added motorcycles? Would this be a good thing, a bad thing? Will it happen? Will it not happen? I'm going to talk about it in this video. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments and drop a like and subscribe. And if you have anything else to add to what I say, then also leave a comment and I will reply to some of you guys. But I guess let's just get straight into it. So the first thing that I want to say for a reason to why they should add motorcycles is, well, they are the most requested update inside of ERLC, in my opinion. There's been a lot of updates that were kind of more requested, but they eventually got added. But I think on the whole, it's definitely in the top 10 most requested ERLC updates, because it would just be so awesome. So many of the community members want it, and you've got to remember, ERLC kind of work based off what the community wants. If the community want a big update or something specific in an update, more than likely they will make that feature get added into one of their future updates. Now, games that some would say are competitors to ERLC, such as Southwest Florida and maybe even Jupiter, Florida, they actually have motorcycles or motorbikes already in the game. I'm going to show you them at the end of this video, but there are other Roblox games that already have motorcycles in the game. It could definitely work. It's definitely possible to be added. It would be really cool. And like I said, if games like Southwest Florida and Jupiter, Florida already have them in the game, then I don't see why they can't be added to ERLC, because they're a feature that a lot of people want. Now, another thing that I think would be really awesome is think how cool escorts would be if you could now have motorcycles. So this video right here is actually one of my older videos, and as you can see, we set up a really nice escort. You can see everyone driving about. You can see how we had the police cars blocking off the road. Now, in real life, this more than likely wouldn't be the case. In real life, they would more than likely have motorbikes or motorcycles that block off the road, because if we continue watching this, you'll see that eventually the police cars sort of have to overtake. Look how cool this is over them blocking the road. But the police cars eventually have to overtake us to go and block the roads further ahead. But imagine how cool it would be if instead of the police having to overtake you again, there was just motorbikes that were kind of sliding through the middle, similar to how they do it in real life. You can see we kind of get ambushed a bit here. You can see we kind of get ambushed here. That's part of the video. But this is another video on GTA 5. So this is a professionally organized GTA 5 police escort. It's kind of laggy, but as you can see, I was one of the people on the bikes that went and blocked off the road. So you kind of drive about and you kind of block. We're a little bit ahead there, so maybe if we kind of go a little bit earlier. As you can see, the bikes, there's loads of bikes here that block off the road. You can see me in free cam trying to get some pictures, but you can see there's loads of bikes that are just blocking off the road like this. And then when they, ignore the fact that they kind of knocked that down. When they go past, as you can see, it's really cool because the bikes then fly past and then they continue down, and this guy is blocking the motorway, and that is just really cool. I think police bikes being able to assist with escorts would be absolutely awesome, but of course it wouldn't have to be just for the police team. They could have it for the civilian team and possibly even the fire and the medic team as well. In real life, you guys might not be aware, but in real life there are things, especially in the UK, there are things called urgent blood transport bikes. Now what they are is they're motorbikes, but what they do is they transport special blood between hospitals. So maybe if you had to go and pick up some urgent blood from somewhere in the map and then you had to deliver it to the hospital, that's kind of a bit of a side thing to speak about, but that would be cool. They could have maybe fire motorbikes. They don't really have them in real life, but maybe they could do something like that. It could be cool. They could definitely have paramedic motorbikes where they have like the boxes on the side that have equipment on them to help paramedics get to remote areas or get to a scene really quickly. And of course, for civilians, it would be really cool, and people would love it. Again, it's a most requested update pretty much, so people would love being able to drive motorbikes. And imagine being in a police pursuit on a motorbike, like you're in your civilian car, like you're on your civilian motorbike escaping from the police, and there's police motorbikes right behind you following everywhere you go. Now, speaking of that, one bad thing about this is it could make them slightly overpowered. Now, what I mean by this is, say you are on a civilian motorcycle here, right? Or even if you're on a police motorcycle, let's say you're on a civilian motorcycle and you're driving away. Well, what you could do is you could go anywhere. You could probably fit down that little gap there and then manage to like take a left and sneak out back around there by the parking garage. A police car can't get down there, and the same with police motorbikes. Say you go straight like here and you cut through here, well, and you're in like a Bugatti, for example. Well, a police officer on a bike would just come and just go straight through here. Even though you can do it in vehicles, it would be much easier on a bike. And like I said, there are some places you can't get to in a vehicle. For example, maybe you could fit through here. You can in a police car, but it's very, very difficult and you have to be a skilled driver. A bike could squeeze right down there through the alleyway and get all the way out at the other end. Can't do that in a normal car. So they could be overpowered with the fact that you can either escape the police much easier, or the fact that the police can catch up to you much easier. And we already sort of know the police team is a little bit overpowered inside of ERLC. Now, another thing for this is that it could make vehicles, actual cars, less used. For example, when the update first comes out, the whole server will be driving around in motorbikes. Yes, that will change kind of after like a week or so of the update being out, once people have checked it out, but it would make it kind of less used for normal vehicles. And what that could mean is that they might have to do it as a game pass, and obviously that's kind of a good thing because it brings the developers more money, and for the price and time it will take to get them added to the game and developed properly, they'll probably need some more money. But I think similar to EVs, I really do think a motorcycle game pass would actually be a good idea. And like I said, it would bring the devs more money, because one of the bad things about this update is that it would take so much time. It's like redesigning the entire way that vehicles drive inside of ERLC. It's completely different physics, so it would be much more difficult. But like I said, there is a lot of good things to this as well, and they could be very fast for a reasonable price. One of the reasons people like motorcycles in real life is because they're much cheaper than a car. Like a full tank on a motorcycle costs like $5, but in a car it can cost up to like $100 or even more if you've got a big tank or a very fast car. And they're very fuel efficient as well, and of course buying them is actually cheaper, so they could be very fast for a very cheap price, which I think to balance that out would kind of need to be a game pass. But I do think it would be very, very cool either way. But I would love to know your opinion on how they could do this. Now, one of the games that does actually have working motorbikes is this game right here called Jupiter, Florida. As you can see, they have some really, really cool bikes here. Now, Jupiter, Florida, I actually have a completely separate second channel where I make videos on this game specifically. So if you like the look of this game, make sure you go and check out my second channel. It will be linked in the description. But if you like Jupiter, Florida content, you'll like that as well. But as you can see, the way they work in this game are really, really cool. Just from the way that they have to animate your movements when you turn like left and right. That would take ERLC developers a long time to do. And the physics of the way the bike turns and stuff, that was really cool. Would take a long time to actually make. And also, as you can see, the acceleration on them is really fast as well. To find a car that can go kind of this fast, as you can see, this fast in this space of time, it would cost you easily probably millions of dollars, or definitely into the hundreds of thousands mark, whereas these bikes, they're like 30k, so they're very, very affordable, which could make them slightly overpowered, which is why I think it would be good if they were a game pass. I'm stuck here, but it would be good if they were a game pass. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Now, like I said, check out my second channel on Jupiter, Florida. This is an incredible game, and if you like ERLC, you'll probably like this game as well. So check out my second channel, link in the description. Let me know in the comments, do you think motorcycles should be added to ERLC or not? Do you think it's a good idea? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching this video, everybody. Looks like I'm about to get arrested. Never mind, he's driving off. Hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.